How do you turn your salary from this into this? Well, that's what we're here to explore by reviewing the practical steps I personally took to go from a starting salary of $38,000 to a six-figure salary within 4 years of my career. But why do you need to increase your salary as soon as possible? Is it to buy a new house, a Lamborghini, a Daytona Rolex, or to finance your lifestyle creep? Well, no. I really don't like statistical fluff, but this one was quite insightful. According to a study called Where Does Money Come From?, researchers from Columbia University and a other handful of universities studied a bunch of people in Norway for a number of years and came up with a conclusion that labor income is the most important determinant of wealth, except in the top 1% where capital income and capital gains on financial assets becomes important. So this sentiment has also been echoed by many prominent people in the personal finance state. In other words, what you earn through your job is the single most important factor that decides whether or not you become wealthy. And this is because if you make a lot of money, you can save a lot of money. You can invest a lot of money. Heck, you can even pay off that debt a little faster. Sure, if you make a lot of money and spend it all buying stuff you don't need to impress people you don't like, you are certainly gonna end up poor. That's almost a guarantee. Having a high income contributed immensely into me paying off $135,000 in debt in less than a year. See link in the description if you want a step-by-step guide of how I did that. So, enough with the statistical fluff, let's get into some practicalities. Here we go. Hi, my name is Chika and welcome to our channel where we discuss all things personal finance using real-life case studies. I've added timestamps to the video, so feel free to navigate to whichever section you find more interesting, but I hope you watch the whole way through to extract more value from this video. And as a thank you, I've included at the end the actual dollar amount I earned in those 4 years. The first habit I would like to talk about is closing the knowledge gap. While it may seem obvious, you'll be surprised that most people don't continue their education after graduating from formal schooling. Some don't see the need to continue learning, while others just don't know where to start. I don't know about you, but 90% of what I was taught in primary, secondary, and even tertiary institutions have proven completely useless when faced with real-world challenges. I still don't know what real-world issues I need to solve with Pythagoras theorem or trigonometry. If you do, please let me know in the comment section. But what exactly did I do personally to close the knowledge gap? Firstly, I assumed that I was starting on a blank canvas. It didn't matter what I thought I knew, I needed to start from scratch. With this mentality, I was able to let go of any pride that would get in my way, which means I was able to ask for help from anyone whenever I need it, regardless of who they are, young or old, formally educated or not. If they know something that I don't, I'm willing to learn. Then, I studied the resume of my immediate superiors to filter out those who have climbed the corporate ladder within a relatively short time within the organization. Then I tried to identify key defining factors that distinguish them from their peers who are still stuck at my level. In my case, I did notice that most of them had leading industry certifications and work experiences in certain industries like financial service. You know what I did? I listed out all the certifications, researched them to understand their relevance and requirements, and then I got to work. Using a post-it note, I listed the relevant ones for me, assigned a date of when I intend to write the exams and get those certifications, and then stuck the post-it note on a wall opposite my bed. This note was the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning. It's also the last thing I see when I go to bed at night. That kept me motivated, and within a pace of 18 months, I had completed 5 industry-leading certifications in my field. And suddenly, I was ahead of my peers. I also got to pick what client I wanted to work with due to my increasing skill set. And of course, I navigated to financial services. I know this might not be relevant in your chosen profession, but the principles hold. Research those above you who have excelled in a short space of time. Find out what made them distinct and replicate it. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. In his book, So Good They Can't Ignore You, Cal Newport introduced the concept of career capital. He argues that individuals should focus on developing skills that are rare and valuable in marketplace. By becoming exceptionally good at something, people can increase their chances of finding fulfilling work and creating opportunities for themselves. And this ties nicely into the second habit I want to talk about: investing in yourself. Here's some statistic for you. Do you know that Netflix, the largest streaming service in the world, has over 238 million paid subscribers? You want to guess how many learners the largest online learning platform has, Udemy? I'll tell you, 64 million. That's only 27% of Netflix subscribers. What does this tell us? People are willing to spend more money on having a good time rather than educating themselves. If you are starting out in your career, or you've been at it for a while and you're not getting paid enough, then you need to start investing in yourself, investing in your capability to earn more. This is not the time to play the market by investing in real estate and stocks, and most certainly not crypto. As long as you are maxing out your 401k or pension so that you can get your employer's contribution, all your money should be going into yourself. Sure, you can put a couple of hundreds in a Roth IRA or ISA to benefit from the magic of compounding over time. But until you are in the top 1%, your true wealth building potential is your labor income, which is reliant on your ability to earn. So, what did I do? I subscribe to online learning platform that continuously help me revamp my skills and to learn new ones. Platforms like Udemy that provide me with resources on any subject. Pluralsight provides me with a well-curated and vetted training programs, and then I have a Cloud Guru that provides me with top-notch cloud contents and a few others. But I didn't just subscribe to them, I actually used them. I learned something new every week, every month. This is how you get ahead and crush the competition. Books are another big investment in yourself. I'm not a huge fan of buying hard copy books, but if that's your team, then invest in those. Personally, I buy a bunch of ebooks and audibles. By the way, if you're enjoying and getting any value from this video so far, please do like and subscribe and share this video with others. This will immensely help this channel to grow. Thanks. So, the third habit I'm going to talk about is shape-shifting. If you build an habit of continuous learning and investing in yourself, you can be whatever you want, whenever you want. This is because you would have possessed a lot of transferable skills that people can only dream of. The information and knowledge age has brought with it so many diverse opportunities that you don't need to be stuck in the same profession doing the same thing over and over again. As a matter of fact, doing the same thing repeatedly in the same role, in the same job, is never going to lead to an increase in salary. That is because it doesn't show any progress, it doesn't show any growth. It only exposes your lack of experience, as you can only do one thing, albeit very well. In her book, The Skills, How to Win at Work, Michelle Hussein emphasizes the importance of cultivating a diverse set of skills that can adapt to changing circumstances. In a rapidly evolving work landscape, having a flexible skill set allows individuals to remain relevant and valuable. That is why during this 4-year period of where I moved my salary from $38,000 to 6-figure, I assumed many roles. I jumped on as many projects as I could. At one point, I was an IT auditor, and then I was a penetration tester, and then I was an IAM engineer, and I was a project manager, and I was a technical architect, and I was a cloud engineer. I was so many things during this 4-year period. And you know why that is possible? Because I could prove that I know what I am doing and I have the credentials to back it up. All those certifications I have been bagging during the first year of my career came into play. I also have learning platform subscriptions to brush up on any skill set when those skills are needed or brought into questions. Unless you're in a deeply skilled profession like a surgeon or some lawyers, you don't need to be an expert in one field. You just need to be very good in different relating fields. That way, you can shape-shift yourself into 6 figures. A lot of people are not going to like this one because the next habit is learning to drop dead weight. In his book, The Compound Effect, Darren Hardy quoted that the people you habitually associate yourself with determine as much as 95% of your success or failure in life. If this hypothesis holds true, it means that to grow and become successful in your career in a very short time, you need to surround yourself with like-minded people. I'm not asking you to ditch your childhood friends or those friends who gives you a shoulder to cry on when you need it. What I'm saying is add new friends to your friend circles. friends that have the same goal as you do and spend more time with them. You can bounce ideas off each other. You can keep each other grounded, keep each other focused, and pick up each other in the down days. And trust me, there's going to be a lot of down days. What you don't need is someone who demoralizes you, who makes you feel guilty for wanting more out of life. Someone who distracts you from your goal or who massages your ego to make you feel better. Personally, I have lost touch with many people from different aspects of my life, and I don't regret it, because I've also gained many more people who have contributed immensely to my growth as a person and as a professional. So don't feel guilty about walking away. It's your right. Do it. And finally, don't settle for less. Do not be afraid to quit. If you have consistently mastered the first 4 habits, then you should be at a space in your career where you know your worth. You should know what you deserve and you're not afraid to ask for it, because your resume, your experience, and your work ethic speaks for itself. Your boss will always give you an excuse or a reason why they can't promote you or why they can't give you a raise, even when the business is making lots of profit. At this point, you need to reassess your situation. Ask yourself a couple of questions. How badly do I need this job? Do I have a family to support? Are the benefits enough to compromise on salary? Can you get a better offer from a competitor? You'll find that very often you can get a better offer from a competitor. If you are so good that you can't be ignored, if you have a diverse range of related skill sets, if you have the credentials to back it up, then it's time to explore new opportunities. Even if you have the best boss in the world who is willing to increase your salary, the best you're ever going to get is between 3 to 5%. However, according to Pay Scale and Indeed, the average salary increase when an employee moves from one job to the other is between 10 to 20%. Let that sink in. For context, in my second year, I had a salary increase of 6.67%, bringing my salary from $38,000 to $40,500. That same year, I moved to a competitor and was offered a generous salary of $70,000 before bonus and benefits. That's a 73% increase on the base salary. That sounds outrageous, I know, but I'm not the exception. I've seen many others in the same boat. Remember, surround yourself with the right people. Iron sharpens iron. A year later, I got a 3% increase to adjust for inflation, which brings the base to $72,000. Then 6 months after that, I moved to a new competitor and I was offered $101,500 as a base salary. That is a 41% increase. It can be done. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. In his book, The Slight Edge, Jeff Olson emphasizes on the importance of cultivating positive habits, and by consistently practicing these habits while maintaining a positive attitude, it can contribute to one's personal success and well-being. It's been 8 years now and I'm earning significantly more than $101,000 by just consistently practicing these 5 habits. Nothing more, nothing less. Here's a bonus tip for you. Your work is not your home. Don't get it twisted. I've seen a lot of people claiming that we are a family at work. No, you're not. Try asking your boss for an extra paid 1-month leave for a family emergency and see what it says. You are at work to deliver value, and in return, you get compensated for such value rendered. You're renting out your time and expect to be paid accordingly. Your only allegiance should be to yourself, not your boss. When it's time to leave, don't think twice. Just do it. As I mentioned earlier, if you make a lot of money and spend it all maintaining an extravagant lifestyle, you will likely never be wealthy, which is why one of the first things you need to do with that high income is pay off all consumer debt hanging over your head. For a step-by-step guide on how to do just that, check out the next video, also link in the description. If you've gained any value from this video, please do like, subscribe and share. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.